So you can actually make a less than 15-minute long special actually feel very meaty? More proof that Dear Gaga was a waste of time. Dan Kuroto's adventures never seem to end. Kamen Rider Genms' Smart Brain and the 1000% Crisis is no exception. Following up on last year's President special that saw the evil AI of Arc of Kamen Rider 01 storyline find his next subject. Dan Kuroto, who is now just a wandering bugster virus, gets infected by Arc and revives inside of Guy, resulting in both his and his father's revival, only for the confrontation to be one of understanding for their love of their company. Flash forward and we have this special. Some time has passed and Guy has grown his startup business into a larger corporation. He creates a Genm Corp president's progress key in the hopes of bringing Kuroto back in a new Humagear body, though not specifying which president causes some issues, which requires some assistance from Guy's Humagear assistant Rin. This leads to a cameo of Lovelika, who was the star of his own April Fool's joke that led to the reveal of this actual special. However, we end up with Dan the Man himself. Revived in his new body, he instantly rejects Guy to go his own route. His goal has always been to revive his company. Arc then takes over Rin, giving her Azu-like qualities, with Guy revealing that he's got the Arc driver and progress keys handy. Kuroto, meanwhile, is enjoying his best life as a Humagear, as without the need to sleep or eat, he can now just keep on going and going and going until his batteries run out. Kinda reminds me of this. You didn't even hear anything. It was barely there. Finally, left sitting for a moment, the plotline is explained. There is a new artificial intelligence that was given rise to, in part, by human kindness. They are called Zane. How would such a kind AI threaten society? Well, even if there is the slightest of ill content, it will definitely not go untolerated. Since it is the source of such goodness, it will take Kamen Riders of a different flavor to go ahead and take it on. Which is why Arc sought out Kuroto and Guy agreed to the prospects. Kuroto himself agrees, but only if Guy can beat him at his own game. But if he wins, he takes all of Guy's assets. Guy hands him his gamer driver and Gashat while using his new Arc progress key to transform into 1000 Arc. Side note, they really should have called this Arc 1000, because it would be more on brand. It would follow along with the Arc 1 and the Arc 0 that already existed in the 01 show. At the start, it really looks like Guy clearly has the upper hand, but this does not deter Kuroto, who pulls out a bug visor from out of nowhere to copy Arc and infuse it within himself, which gives him a similar look to his President's special appearance, but now with the ability to instantly create a new Gashat. He goes full Sailor Moon meets Sephiroth in his transformation to reveal his new upgrade, Musou. Needless to say, he wrecks Guy up completely, even pulling a Dio Brando. Well, technically, his father Cronus's ability to pause time. With a swift defeat, Kuroto proceeds to take over Guy's company, all to the vigilance of Smart Brain's new mascot? What the fuck is this timeline? Alright, it's been a while since I've done this, since I've normally only been doing this with the Revice reviews, but let's talk forms. With this new special, we get 2 new writer forms. So first, let's talk about 1000 Arc. It's okay. If I hadn't already seen 01 and knew about the Arc 1 form, then this form would look nicer than it actually is, but it is literally a kit bash of the Arc 1 featuring Thouser's head and leg armor. I still really like the black and white with the red accents. It's a very clean look, and it reminds me something of the Unicorn Gundam. Then we have the Genm Musou. And look, I'll be the first to admit that although I enjoyed Xaid, the costumes never grew on me. Cronus and Dangerous Zombies were somewhat the only exceptions to that, but they were only slightly passable. And don't get me started on Hyper Muteki because that thing was nausea-inducing. This, however, is nicer by a smidge than Hyper Muteki, but it's still shit. It's as if you had Dio Brando and Sephiroth running a train on a Ditto and produced an egg. They ran around for about 5 minutes and pulled out the cartridge right as the egg was about to hatch. This is what you get. So far, I am liking what I'm seeing and giving this first part an A rating. Introducing the polar opposite to Arc is somewhat of an interesting concept, and I had always hoped from the beginning that Arc would act as a great leader figure for the Reiwa series, pulling the strings from behind the scenes of every following writer series, leading up to a grand finale at the end. So although we're not getting that, it's nice to see that they aren't doing away with them that easily. However, Zane's somehow, someway manifesting story is a little lacking, and I hope they can explain that properly with the next special. It's still pretty nice that they managed to cram as much as they did in this short video, unlike another recent show I watched. This was time well spent, and I didn't mind giving it a few more rewatches along with the President special before going into this. They beelined everything at the end by including Smart Brain into the equation. And if y'all didn't know, Fies is my favorite writer season, so you can color me completely interested. Like, who is she? She can't be Mari. Like, is it a Smart Brain equivalent of a Humagear meant to look like Mari? Or is it Smart Lady with a new look? All I know is I need an explainer. As of right now, I don't think that there is a release date for the next part of this special, so we are left guessing. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the first part of this special? Also, just an aside, has Kuroto overstayed his welcome, or would you like to see his adventures continue? Because this man's appeared in a lot of subsequent appearances after he was supposed to have died. I'll also ask the same thing about Guy. It's kind of odd how now he feels more like the face of 01 than Aruto himself. Meanwhile, what's the speculation on Smart Queen and their involvement in all of this? Anyway, that's it for me. I am still surprised that I managed to crank out all these videos within this short amount of time. So, hopefully I can do something fun in the future, like another tier list or a ratings list. We'll see. It just really depends on my day job. So, until next time, I will catch you all later. Bye.